In a world very different from our own, in a dimension very far removed from this one, it began with fire. It was a blaze that was unlike anything seen before or since. Its glow was unnatural, and it burned with a life of its own. From this blaze all was born, both good as well as evil. The first thing to be born from the fire was the garden. It was a place of paradise and tranquility, and it was beautiful. Sadly, though, she was not pure. In her midst a cancer grew. This cancer was death, and he was burning with corruption in his heart from the very beginning. Eventually, the garden was turned into a wasteland, her fruits pillaged, her crops destroyed. In the end, thunder echoed through the heavens above, and for a brief moment, hope burned again, before it too finally faded into the silent coldness of the night. With hope gone, death finally took his rightful place upon the throne of this world. This was now his dimension to rule, and in his wake he brought forth only destruction, despair, and a seed.
The Planting of Evil by ReapersHorror.
My minions, 𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐴 and 𝐼𝐴𝐺𝐴, I have received knowledge of another world that lies across the far reaches of the Nexus. It is teeming with life, and it sickens me.
But, my master, it's impossible for one from our realm to cross beyond the Nexus.
Yes, of this I know, and it disturbs me greatly. However, there may be a means to bring forth death upon them regardless.
But how, master?
The death god took his bony finger and twisted it in his ear. He then pulled out a wad of wax and formed it into a candle around a follicle of hair.
Here, take this to the flame from which all creation was born. Light its wick, then use it to light your way through to the other side.
Of course, my lord. We shall prepare for a way to enter this new realm.
Sadly, at this time I cannot follow, but mark my words, there will come a day when all life shall fall at my hand.
Deep within the tunnels of despair, far beneath the crust and beyond the seeing eyes of the Lord, Death's minions traveled in search of eternity's light.
There it is, I see it. Eternity's light. It's real, and it's beautiful.
Carefully, the creatures drew closer to the flame. It burned bright with unnatural energies. How could such a thing still exist in the realm of the dead? The creatures wondered as they gazed upon it. It was a question that would go unanswered, but it did not matter. They had their orders, and they were not willing to deviate from the commands of Lord Death.
the candle, so our job here will be finished.
Carefully, the demonic being brought the candle close to the edge of the fire and lit it. The being then held it up in amazement and wonder.
Will I hold it? No, you fool! We must return this to Lord Death. Only he will know what must be done next.
The creatures returned once more to the surface of their world, bringing with them the lit candle that burned with eternity's light. Once again, the creatures stood before death.
Ah, you have done well, my minions. With this light, I shall burn a hole in reality.
With the flick of his wrist, the Death Lord tossed the candle at the ground before him. Flames and smoke shot up high. The heat was so intense that it burned a hole into existence itself.
Take with you this seed. Give it to the first intelligent creature that you come across. And do not fail me.
Yes, Master! We will not fail you, my lord.
Death's minions marched through the portal, taking with them the seed of destruction. Through the Nexus, Death's minions traveled until they reached their destination. Earth.
What in tarnation?
The man quickly jumped off his tractor and ran to see what caused the commotion. Nothing could have prepared him for the sight that was now right before his eyes.
Good Lord! What in God's name are you?
We have come from another world to give you a gift.
Well, what do I do with this then?
Consume.
Huh?
You eat it.
The man, thinking that these were angels sent by God, trusted these words. He swallowed the seed without question. That would be his undoing. The demonic beings watched as the man's limbs grew into vines and forced their way into the ground beneath his feet.
What the hell's happening?
The land was quickly tainted, and evil had been planted into the earth. The vines continued to grow until they reached out across the entirety of the field, covering the land. From the growth, a new seed would come into creation. It would be a gift from both worlds, and from that seed, man's destructor would be born.